Welcome back, and thanks for joining us this week in Discussing Serial. We're here talking about Episode 3, Escaping, which went live on Christmas Eve. I'm Amber Corrin at Federal Times, here with Tony Lombardo, Managing Editor at Army Times. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
In this episode, we heard about Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl, his first year in captivity. We also hear about him trying to escape twice, and the first videos of him were released. We also hear about whether or not his participation, his actions in those videos were considered a violation of the Army's Code of Conduct because they were propaganda videos. Do you have any thoughts on that, Tony?
Sure. So Bergdahl did participate, as you said, in some propaganda videos. And the question is, should he have not done that? I mean, could he have refused? Well, there's guns pointed to his head, right? He's being tortured, tied to the bed, according to Bergdahl. And the military is not going to go after him for that. I mean, he's a hostage, and they're really looking at the circumstances in which he left the base, and that's what he's in trouble for. So I don't expect any repercussions for his participation in the videos.
Got it. Something else that we learned in this episode is that Sergeant Bergdahl underwent significant intelligence debriefing while he was said to be recovering after his rescue. What do we know about the intelligence aspect?
Well, for me, that was probably the most interesting part of this episode, is that Bergdahl says that he took a lot of time, made a lot of effort to remember faces, names, and for any information he could glean while a prisoner. And so we don't know what that information is or how valuable it is. In the episode, it indicates that it was quite valuable or deemed that way. So I'm really interested to hear from the Army and see if it truly was valuable information.
Will be interesting to find out. So we're 3 episodes in, the story's starting to heat up. For the people that aren't listening to Serial, maybe why should they be?
I'm glad you asked that. So especially at Army Times, a lot of our readers have a negative impression of Bergdahl, and they, call him a traitor, call for his death even, and it's interesting to hear his voice, and it's clear that the show is very sympathetic to him. I mean, he was a captive for so long, but even if you have steadfast beliefs that Bergdahl is a traitor, you owe it to yourself to listen to it and hear his side of the story.
It is a great story. Thanks for joining us this week in Discussing Serial. We'll be back on January 7th after the next episode of Serial, Episode 4. In the meantime, please visit our websites, federaltimes.com and armytimes.com, where you can see more of our video segments discussing the podcast and give us your thoughts as well. Thanks.